Right, so with this conversion graph question, okay, we give them values in the table and we just need to plot them on the graph, all right? We've got to make sure our scale is sorted first of all, and you can see here not all the scales have been given to us. The miles have been given to us. That goes up to 50, which helps us with this table here, okay, because that goes up to 42.5. So that's great. The kilometers, we need up to 68, okay, so we need a measurement up to 68. Now, when you look at this scale, okay, we want to get up to 68, so I think it's quite nice. Each block will represent one, and you can see here they sort of grouped into groups of 10. So we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So you can see quite nicely we're going to get 68 in there, all right? So the first value we've got, 5 miles is 8 kilometers. So you go along the miles, right? You go across to 5 and you go up to 8. So across the 5 miles up to 8, which is here. So you can mark that. You can mark it with a dot if you want. Okay, as long as you get it exactly spot on, right? 5 miles, 8 kilometers. The next point, 30 miles is 48 kilometers. So you go across to 30 miles and up to 48 kilometers, which is here. Okay, 30 miles, 48 kilometers. So I'll mark that there. And then they give us one more point. 42.5 miles is 68 kilometers. So 42.5. And if you look at your scale here, 42 is there, isn't it? So 42.5 is going to be in between those squares there. Okay, so it's 2.5 squares across. Okay, and you're going to go all the way up to 68, which will take us to here. Okay, 68 is there. Yeah. So what should happen now when I get my ruler is that these points should line up nicely. Okay, so I get my long ruler, and one thing I noticed in the test is that some people are joining up the points, okay, but not actually extending that line. So you join the points like that, right, which is great, but we need our line to go through the whole graph paper. Okay, doesn't matter if you go beyond the graph, as long as it covers the whole paper. The other thing as well, lots of you using a pen to draw this. You should be using a pencil in case you make mistakes. I'm using a pen so that it's clear on the video. We use a pencil in the exam. Okay, so there you go. I've drawn my conversion graph. Okay, and we're going to use that now with part B. Right, now with part B, or the second part here, it says the distance between Martin's house and his favourite bicycle shop is 70 miles. Explain how we can use the graph to find the distance in kilometers. So when we look at the graph here, 70 miles, you can see here how scale doesn't allow for it. Okay, we can't get 70, but what we can do is find something that goes into 70, so find a factor of 70, all right, and then we can sort of scale it up. Now there's lots of values that go into 70. Okay, from here you could take 10. 10 goes into 70. The one I could see straight off was 35. Okay, so if you go in between 30 and 40, right, and there's 35 there. So I'm going to draw a line up. Okay, it's important to do this, and you should do this. Draw a line up until it hits the graph, and then read across. All right, so when I read across here, I have this here. Okay, so that 35, and I read across, that gives me 56. Okay, kilometers. So what I'm going to do here now, I'm going to write down what I've just worked out. I've worked out the 35 miles. I've worked out that 35 miles is 56 kilometers. Right? The question says, the bullet point says, explain how we can use the graph to find this distance in kilometers. Well, to get 70 from here, you just got to ask yourself, what have we got to do? And of course, we double it. That's why I chose 35, because if we double it, you get 70. We've got to double that as well. If you times that by 2, you get 112 kilometers. Okay, and we've explained it. That's what it means by explaining here. We've used maths to explain how we get to the answer here. We can fill it in here. One thing to be careful of here is that your line, okay, as long as you get it accurate and it's going through the points, you might have an answer which is slightly different to mine, and it probably will still be accepted, but you have to be accurate. Okay, you have to make sure this line goes through the points. Okay.